Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Simply being polite in public increases social skills. Because that's a major thing with the social skills. That's major. I mean, I've seen mainstream media articles talking about the lack of social skills, particularly among younger generations. But I'm gonna tell you what, it's not hard. Now, people know, anybody who's followed me know I've said, hey, say hi to 3 women a day. Say hi. And the main thing about that is just to get in the practice, get in the reps, so to speak. And indeed, many men who've done that, they've come back to me or reached out to me one way or the other and say, hey, that's worked. That's worked and stuff. But then even more than that, just being polite in public to people, not even speaking to them, just simply being polite. Because I remember I was in a grocery store, and this is when I really thought about it, because I'm just naturally a polite person when I'm out and about. Yeah, I can look mean and everything, but if I'm about to cross someone's path or something like that, a simple excuse me, like if I'm in a grocery store or something, if there's someone, man or woman, looking up at something on a shelf, but I got to get past them, a simple excuse me. And especially when I've done that with women, I usually get a smile or something. Oh, he's so polite. You can tell in their facial expressions and everything. But I actually thought about it. I was in a store the other week. And, I'm just pushing my little cart along. This nice, attractive woman came in. She was going in a certain direction. I was just like, yeah. I just stopped and she was like, oh no, I'm just going right there where I was. I was like, oh, okay, thanks. And then when it got something, then on the way back out, passed her again. And, she's like, hey, how you doing? Have a nice day. Now, if I was in like MACK mode or something, could have went further. And if I see her around again, automatically opening for another conversation. But I wasn't thinking about it. Ron was just getting his food. One of the things with it is just being polite. You can go a long way with that. You can go a long way. It gives you the opening. It gives you the practice. It gives you the reps. All right? Because it's just a random, hey, thank you. You could hold a door for someone. Get a thank you. Somebody hold a door for you, thank you, or something like that. Just being polite. Because what it's doing is you're engaging the person. You're engaging someone else, because that's what the real issue is. When people have a lack of social skills, they don't know how to engage someone else. But just being polite, other than just speaking to 3 women a day, just being polite. And that's whether they are male or female. Just being polite in general. Just carrying yourself in such a way. Just saying, excuse me goes a long way, especially in a public place, And indeed, sometimes just acknowledging somebody. Sometimes just random. A lot of guys might understand that. You just out and about random. Somebody might be like, hey, what's up? And you're like, hey, what's up? You looking in some direction or something. They say, hey, what's up? It's like, hey, what's up? Boom. And that's what, regardless, because it's all about building that muscle. See, I see a lot of people, they just not polite. And I'm just like, okay, really, y'all hurting yourselves. There's nothing wrong with that. Just being a gentleman goes a long way. Now, let me be clear on that. Being a gentleman don't mean being a sucker. If somebody's being disrespectful or being disrespectful in their actions, well, you might have to check that. Might, depending on the circumstances. But just being chill, being out, excuse me, thank you, have a nice day. It goes a long way. It's not going to kill you. It's free. It's free. And the main thing is it builds it up. So then when you out and about, or like say you need to talk with someone, or you need to shoot the breeze, or sometimes, hey, every once in a blue moon, I might be out and somebody has something interesting or something like that, and you find out something for business. It's not even about just meeting women, but just being in general, If in a store, like that's one place you can always practice just being polite. Like you have a store clerk, they done rung you up or something like that. Have a good day. You tell them have a good day, because they don't hear it a lot. They catch it a lot. So you're just like, hey, you know, you have a good day. All right, I'm out. You know, boom, boom. Because then once you develop those skills, then when you run into that woman who you find her attractive, you look at her and the word damn comes out your mouth, you're not thinking about it because you're used to talking and everything. Because let's get into that for a second. One of the issues is guys do see very attractive women, or the women they find attractive, personally attractive, which ultimately all that is the only thing that counts. They don't know what to say to her. They don't know what to say. They think blah, blah, blah. But just the practice of being polite in general, just randomly polite, thank you, excuse me, have a good day, holding the door, you know, getting an acknowledgement for that, something like that, letting somebody pass you, or they might let you pass them, walk past them. They'll be the ones. You develop that muscle. So then when you meet that woman you need to talk to, it's the same principle. Even if it's just saying hi, hey, how you doing today? You know, she might be like, hey, how you doing? I remember I did that one time. Just a casual. I was in some grocery store to get something just before I started work. And I saw a young lady, and, you know, Ron was just getting food because, you know, food was a priority, you know, before I started work, like a little breakfast. And I said something to her. I said, hey, how you doing? She started talking and talking and talking. She started a whole conversation that I'm just like, oh, I was just being generally polite, you know, just letting it flow and everything, you know. And I wasn't interested in her, but I just said, oh, you know, have a great day today, boom. In fact, I remember this one woman. I met her on a metro, subway, and met her quite a bit on a subway or a bus or something, just from talking. But I remember I met this woman, and she was reading a book that I had read, and I say, oh, you read that good book and everything, talking to her. Then I actually say, oh, you have a good day, left. But on the way out, I said something to this other young lady who I happen to know, just hi. I found out later that same woman who I had been talking to, she actually approached that young lady, say, hey, do you know his name and everything? And I saw her a few more times, and we had a brief relationship, sexual relationship, about a few months later and everything. But how did I meet her? Just chill. She had something. I said, oh, okay. That's another thing, a common thing. And I can talk about that another time. Common conversation. She got something, wearing something, said something on the shirt. You know about it. You say something about it, comment on it, and then see where it goes. But, you know, just being polite in public, it'll help you develop the skills to have that conversation. Because if I ain't had the skills to develop that conversation with her right then, we wouldn't have got together at some point. So I had to have the opening right there. And it was just a natural flow. Natural flow. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Well, for right now, I keep saying that, no, I'm going to do a car video. Anyway, I'll get back with you. Peace and blessings.